Hello and welcome to History Rides episode 2. I'm Alan Binks and today I'm at Templeton Airfield in Pembrokeshire, southwest Wales. Today's History Ride is all about World War II airfields and particularly the Sunderland flying boats and their base at RAF Pembroke Dock. Today's History Ride is 62 miles, 100 kilometres and takes in some great biking roads as well as some amazing coastal scenery. So come on, let's get going. So, as I say, now onwards and upwards, and let's crack on and go over to Angle. Through the dunes. Freaks people out first time to come on here. Freaks me out when they come on here. Back to Second World War Airfields. Which is pretty close to the site, hopefully close to the site of former RAF Well, here we are at the site of the former RAF Angle, right on the peninsula, the Angle Peninsula in Pembrokeshire. Unfortunately, it's now private land, so this is as far as we can go. But essentially, that's where the airfield was, along there, and over to this side. Now, the reason why we've come here today, as much as anything, is because this was a site in on the 29th of May 1943, when a Sunderland from the squadron that was the Royal Australian Air Force Squadron, part of Coastal Command, had been out doing an air sea rescue operation for another Sunderland crew, and indeed another Coastal Command plane, two planes that had gone down near Bishopsrock Lighthouse, and it was a really choppy sea, as a result of which when the Sunderland tried to take off, the sea holed the fuselage, the hull, which meant that when she came back to Pembroke Dock, she couldn't land on the water because she'd sink. So the pilot had to make, Captain Singleton had to make an emergency and a one-off, never been done before, landing with the Sunderland, and he brought it down here without any problem whatsoever, and parked her over there somewhere. Okay, so we're now off from Angle and heading towards Pembroke Dock. Okay, let's go. difficult to believe that this was once. The biggest flying boat station in the world. Right, well here we are at Pembroke Dock, and we're at the ferry terminal. And the reason why we're at the ferry terminal is this is actually the site. This is where one of the slipways was, one of the two slipways that the flying boats used. So this was the main station for the Sunderland flying boats. and the hangar up there, where it currently says Boosa, that is called Sunderland Hangar for very good reasons. That although it's not one of the original hangars, and neither is the one there, but this was the site of the main hangars, and you can see the remains of the slipway down here. So from the terminal area, it's a short ride up to the Heritage Centre and the Flying Boats Museum. So let's go take a look. Okay, here I am at the Heritage Centre in Pembroke Dock, and we're in the flying boat section, and I'd just like to introduce you to our guide here today.
Hello, I'm Wing Commander Tim Payne, retired. I'm one of the volunteers at the centre here in Pembroke Dock, and the centre is all about the military history of Pembroke Dock, both the maritime. It was a raw dockyard for over 100 years, and it was the main station for flying boats during the Second World War, and particularly the Sunderland, which we're in a simulation cockpit at the moment. So you can see the view ahead coming into land at Pembroke Dock. We'll be landing on the haven, and just beneath us now is Pembroke Dock. You can see the instruments we've got in front of us, and just turning a little turn, rate one turn to the right now. Artificial horizon in the front showing where we're turning. Airspeed indicator on the left showing we've got 95 knots, ready to climb descent. We've got altimeter down here, turn and slipping compass, and all the engine instruments on the front and the dials. So we're just turning to our final approach to land. We've got the flaps down, ready for a landing on the water. Just turning to the right now. I've made my approach call to the tower, saying we're coming into land, and flaps down, and we're all clear to land. So speed's now coming back to 90 knots. We're going to land about 85 knots on the ASI and make it nice and smooth as we come in. Altimeter is looking good. Temperatures are all reducing, and pressures all okay for the landing, and all the crew are nicely buckled in and looking forward to coming back home after a 12-hour stint on patrols in the North Atlantic.
It's a long time, isn't it, for a patrol? 12 hours.
It is a long time. You know, they've got a galley on board here, so and toilets. So yeah, and
they would need them.
They would need them after 12 hours.
Yeah.
Just pulling up now, flaring to land. Just going to hit the water shortly, nice and level, and here we go. And splash, we're down. And we're down.
Is that we don't actually have any examples of flying Sunderlands in the UK, do we?
Not flying ones. We've got two on display. One at RAF Hendon, another Air Force Museum. But we used to have one here, but that was taken to Hendon.
Yeah. Yes. Brilliant. Well, thank you very much, Tim.
A pleasure.
Much obliged to you. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you.
Well, we're now going to leave the Pembroke Dock Heritage Centre and the really excellent Sunderland exhibition, and there's the tender, one of the tenders that will go out to the berths for the Sunderland to take the crew out and bring them back in. And we're now going to ride up the coast, so we're going to go over the main Clegg Bridge, and then over to Tiers Cross, Broadhaven, Knowlton Haven, which is absolutely idyllic, and then hugging the coast down into Newgale, along Newgale Beach, and up to Saint David's airfield. So I think you'll really enjoy this bit of the ride. It's an absolute belter. Okay, onwards and upwards. The bridge. fantastic view. So let's take the coast road to Newgale. What's the young folk out? Well, I'm sure you will agree that was an absolutely fantastic ride along the coast there, and the scenery here isn't too shabby either, is it? RAF Saint David's was commissioned in August 1943, and it was set up primarily as a coastal command base for anti-submarine operations, and also latterly there was a meteorological squadron based here flying Halifaxes. And here we are on the remains of the airfield, and I'm on one of the 3 runways laid out in the classic A shape, so you've got 2 diagonals and 1 cross runway. These were major Air Force bases, and Coastal Command is really one of the unsung heroes of World War II. Don't get as much recognition as its more famous commands such as Bomber Command and Fighter Command. As I say, unfortunately, Coastal Command is a little bit overlooked, which is a real shame, because they played a really vitally important part in the defeat of Hitler and the Nazis in World War II. And indeed, Churchill did say that the only thing that really frightened them in World War II was the U-boats. So if you'd like to come here or visit any of the other sites that we've been to today, all are fairly accessible. The museum, the Flying Boats Museum in Pembroke Dock, is open Monday to Friday, 10 AM till 4 PM. So don't go weekends like I did first time. Okay folks, until the next time, ride safe, keep well, see you soon.